And that can feel very threatening to the person who's in the real life relationship with that person.
So how do you consult for that? What do you say to them?
I say, don't do that.
So very often when couples break up, they still stay connected to each other through technology. So it could be Facebook or texting or, whatever it might be. But this connection that they don't break, it impedes their ability to really move on. So let's talk a little bit about that. How does staying technologically connected to an ex, and I'm not talking about friends with benefits, I'm just staying connected. How does that affect their ability to find a new loving relationship?
Well, let's be completely honest. If you have not cleaned out the space to have something new come in, that new thing cannot come in. And whether you are Facebook, whether you're tweeting or your friends are, friending you on something else with something, you are not making a clean break. Mm-hmm. And whether it is defriending, whether it is removing, but you have to make that conscious decision and get rid of that little dopaminergic thing that goes like this. You have a message and you have to respond immediately. We all probably all say this to people. Unless you make a space for someone to come into, something new can't arrive.
As a marriage therapist, I see it on the other end where couples come in and a partner is very unhappy and feeling threatened by the connections that their partner has kept or sometimes rekindled. Things that have been over for a long time, but now you can search anybody and find them, and now all of a sudden you're in a conversation about the good old days. And that can feel very threatening to the person who's in the real life relationship with that person.
So how do you consult for that? What do you say to them?
I say, don't do that. That's wrong. Yeah, just stop it. Well, it's interesting because it goes to the whole definition of what constitutes an affair. We no longer draw the line at affairs have to be sexual acting out. There's emotional affairs. There's maybe even technological affairs where I believe that anything that, there's a circle around a couple and that's how the energy stays in. And any exit door that's open, where the energy leaks out, the intimacy leaks out, the emotional connection leaks out, is a threat to that primary relationship. And so I coach people to examine those exit doors and close the energy leaks in their relationship. And I think this particular issue, Melanie, is absolutely a relational energy leak.
And how many times now is it, any court cases now coming forward, being brought forward into the court? It's like 35% of them now mention that Facebook is something. But here's one of the things I want to put on the table. There's also part of someone's previous history. A friend who was someone who they may have gone out with, who they have remained friendly with. If those boundaries are healthy and that person is respectful of those boundaries, then I don't think people have to eviscerate previous friendships and things, but we all know when things can cross that line. Mm-hmm. And someone goes, oh, well, I was just typing something. And my question is, look, do not ask me to be the good taste sheriff here. But bottom line is, would you say that in front of your partner? Mm-hmm. If they were sitting right beside you? Would you let them see that?
Mm-hmm. Well, so I think the answer is if the answer is yes,
that's fine.
And they're willing to express that and say, sure, I would, and this is how I feel about you, that I'm not crossing any lines here, then you've got everything out on the table. But I think the issue is that's so important, and it's kind of like when you say stop it, is that there's a point when any relationship ends that you really do need to give yourself time to heal, give the other person time to heal, or just shift back into your own life, running the life that you want, where you're clear about what your own needs and desires are, and they're not impacted by your ex still kind of being in the picture. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I totally believe that you can come out of a relationship and end with and have a really great friendship with an ex-partner. Mm-hmm. But I really also believe that you need that period of separation, a clean separation.
Mm-hmm. Is it natural for us to have this sort of hook back and forth with an ex when we're breaking up? You know what I mean?
I can say anecdotally, I see it all the time. I mean,
So
you
is it
must
part of the
as well.
natural healing
I
process?
think there's a lot of ambivalence.
I think
you know?
it's so easy in today's environment to keep that connection because of the technology. In the past, if you were going to, say, keep an ongoing relationship, then it was face to face.
Right.
And now we can just say, okay, let's look the person up on Facebook.
It is. You're right. It
Right,
is
and
easier.
so we have the phone number. How many of us change our phone numbers when our relationships change? None of us.
Yeah.
And so the person just start, tweeting you, just thinking about you. So I'm sharing with you. How harmful is that?
It sounds like for the breakup, it's really imperative that people take that step for themselves to break up with their ex and to get them off all their technology so they can go through that grief cycle and actually, get on with their life. Yeah.